This is video footage of Jasmine doing the tap box drill um, in practice. And we want to look at a couple things that she did that were pretty good. And there's a couple areas that we're going to work on improving. She's jumped 11 meters 54, which is just under 38 feet. And so now the next obvious goal is to jump 12 meters, which is about 39, 4.5. So right now, um, the thing we're going to really work on doing is obviously to get her to sprint down the runway better. And for this drill here, you see she's moving really, really well. And we want to continue to improve upon this type of movement. You could see the aggression here that she's using for this particular drill. I'm doing a lot of work now with the athletes who are more experienced by setting them back at random distances. So for this drill, I had her take off from this board here, and I had her, begin the run from back there where you see the cone. We did not mark it off. We did not measure it off. I set the athletes back at random distances to make them adjust because they're going to see that board. And so they'd have to find a way to steer to get to that board and not be too far over or too far behind it. The focus of that drill is to teach them how to use good depth perception and for lack of a better term, foot-eye coordination to get to a position where they can manage that jump well. And she's doing a good job of it. And it's difficult, quite frankly, but she's doing a good job of it. So right now for a jump where she has 11 meters 54, she's jumping at about, her ratios are always going to be 35, 30, 35. That's the standard ratio. Now, will it be 1 or 2%, one direction or another? Absolutely. We're not going to worry about that. But the general ratio is 35, 30, 35, which means her hop phase is about 13 feet 3 inches. So if we can improve that to about 13 feet 9 inches, basically a 6-inch improvement on the hop, we can put her in position to jump 12 meters. If she can get closer to 13 feet 11 inches and then maintain the ratios all the way through, she can jump 40 feet. So for a person that long jumps 18.5 feet, to hop 13 feet, it's not that difficult. So the general rule of thumb is that a person is going to hop about 5 feet or so less than how far they long jump. So if we can get her long jump 19 feet, she should be able to hop 14 feet. And a 19-foot long jumper should be able to triple jump 40 feet. So our focus, and she knows this, is we want to get away from jumping up, and we want to focus on jumping straight out. And it's kind of counterintuitive, but she understands it now, and then because she's beginning to get it, I think she's really getting a concept of how to do the movement. She understands how to run through, how to get the arm up and over, and then to wait for the ground to come to her. So that's the one thing we've been really working on getting her to do. So right here, you can see that movement is something we really want to stress her getting. Now, right here, the one thing I want to work on clearing up here is she's getting better at keeping the body up and getting the ankle down low so she can drive through. There's split between the knees, which is what we want when jumping. All right? She's hitting the ground with a relatively flat foot, which is something that we also want when jumping. So right here, it's pretty close to textbook perfect here. Now here's one thing we want to work on doing. Jasmine has a tendency to curl the elbows a little too soon. So because she's moving here and driving through the movement, we want to be sure that she's in a position where she can then, let me clear this hole up here, where she can then have the arm a little bit more extended at the back. So the rear side arm, rather than have the elbow bent, we want it just a little bit straighter. Okay? So that's kind of one thing. She gets here in position to drive the arms, and for the most part, she does a good job. And because she's in a good position, you're going to see that she's going to be able to travel. So if she could go 13.5 feet here, or 13 feet 9 inches or so, then able to then step about 11 feet, 11.5 feet, then that'll put her in position to be at about 24 feet or so at this point. If she's at 24 feet, 24, 25 feet, then I believe she should be able to jump phase 14 if not 15 feet, which will put her in a position to be able to jump 39 or 40 feet. Again, the key is project out, wait for the ground to come, get that knee up, what you see her doing here, wait for the ground, and then really drive that foot back fast. When she drives that foot back hard and fast, that creates what we call negative foot speed. Negative foot speed is the faster the foot moves this way, the more the body will project that way, which is what we want. So the hard part is not rushing. So to get up, hold, wait till the last moment, and then boom, right from there. Then get up again, keep that rear arm straight, hold, and then again, boom, right there. Good leg split, arms relatively straight. Now, get the head up. You see she tends to look down really soon, so get the vision up, look out over, get the hands up high. You see she doesn't really get her hands up. So we want to really work on getting the hands, head, and chest up high, then sweep down into our landing position. Okay, right here she's just a little bit over-rotated, and that's only because her landing position is a little bit too early. So she wants to really get up a little higher, wait just a little bit longer, then get into your landing position, and then she should be able to jump 15 feet in the last phase because she's fast enough and strong enough. And if we take enough speed, we'll be able to do it. So again, do not jump up, jump out, take as much speed as possible here. Boom. Hit, stay up in the air, take as much speed as possible here, and then we want a long jump as far as we possibly can. The best triple jumpers have an extremely long jump phase, and that's what we want. This is when we're going to jump out, and then from there, work on a landing, and I believe Jasmine should be able to jump 12 meters, and jumping 12 meters will put her in a position to be able to challenge for the medals at nationals, and then that'll put her basically on the radar. If she's able to jump 40 feet, that will put her on the national radar if she could jump 40 feet as a freshman. So let's work on jumping 39.4 first, then we'll talk about getting over 40 at nationals.